Welcome back to Chasing the Target. Australia looking like they want to win this championship again. They have shown no signs of, resilience. Like they're just looking like they're going to win this competition match by match. Pura Pordere and Megan Shutt, the man of the match for Australia, picking up 3 wickets with 3 runs. A maiden over in that for a medium fast bowler. Impressive figures. Another long day in Multan where Salman Ali Agha and Shaheen Afridi tried to put a little bit of life in it. And credit to the England batsmen as well. They did manage to get to a 96. So things are looking like, at least batting wise, there is an aggressive intent from both the camps. Mustafa, first of all, New Zealand collapsing. Power play, solid performance by Australia. Again, they capitalized it very well. In middle overs, probably around the 11th over, it felt like New Zealand was putting things back. But what a way to finish 149 runs on the board. Obviously, a very big total given the conditions and the grounds.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head yesterday. कि भाई power play utilize करना बहुत जरूरी है, and that's exactly what Australia did. New Zealand were a bit, wide in terms of, in terms of their line. They weren't bowling at the stumps, so वहाँ पे Alisa Healy, Brett Mooney capitalized. And Alisa Healy का जो contribution था, जो भी छोटा मोटा था, it was very important in the context of the game because you saw after the power play the pitch started slowing down. The spinners came into play. Amelia Kerr, brilliant bowling, 4 wickets. And by then Australia, I felt they did collapse. They were 102 for 2, I think, 13 over mein, and then 148 pe khatam kare, but they had enough runs. 130 plus is tough on this pitch, and then their bowlers just went through. I think it's great for India अगर net run rate के हिसाब से देखे तो वो थोड़ा बराबर पे आ रहा न्यूजीलैंड का भी. So a big margin of victory is helping other teams as well, not just Australia. Yeah, they're looking like proper world champions, batting, bowling. You saw the way she rotated her bowlers in that second
Yeah.
innings. एक over Warham डाल रही, एक over Molyneux डाल रही, एक over कोई और डाल रही. So they're like, it's not just one bowler coming at you. It's like multiple bowlers. So you can't understand who's bowling like what, right? Like their faster bowlers are bowling those cutters as well. So I think it was excellent captaincy. She's done a very good job. She has big shoes to fill in. Meg Lanning ka balle. She's done a really, really good job. Very impressed from Australia, and they're looking like world champions, like you said.
Yeah, like you said, bowling rotation also, but I think the way the fielding unit is putting in an effort as well, they're keeping a pressure upon, like they're not giving runs easily. Particularly offside pe to pura stacked hai. Even if fielders in the deep, they're putting their 105% in the field, like catching, diving, trying to stop the boundaries. I think that's also adding pressure because if you see Susie Bates, she was not able to get to a good start. Like she was trying so hard to clear the boundaries, but ho nahi raha tha. Field, like we said, Elise Haley with the captaincy and the field placement have been spot on. Amelia Kerr, I think whatever said and done, she's been fantastic this game. She put her heart and soul in the bowling. She picked up 3-4 wickets, and then batting while also she came out with an aggressive approach. She tried to take the attack to the bowlers, but yes, it was tough, it was difficult, but yeah, a little bit of a ray of hope in Amelia Kerr. But apart from that, everybody collapsing was not a very good show.
Yeah, 100%. And I think जिस तरीके से उन लोग वो जो collapse करे न्यूजीलैंड, it was all thanks to the way Australia, I think, bowled, fielded, and yeah, that just rotation, quick rotation, कोई ना कोई आके डाल रहा था, and they were they just had slightly something different, and New Zealand struggled. Talia Magra came and picked up a wicket as well in the middle, so it was incredible performance from them, and they made use of the power play. I think yeah, conditions when that's what you have to do when the ball is hard and new. वहाँ पे make as many runs as possible because once it gets older, फिर the ball starts gripping in the pitch and it becomes difficult for shot making. आप देखो जिस तरीके से सोफी डिवाइन खेल रही थी in the last game compared to this game, जमीन आसमान का फर्क था. I think Australia bowled really well to her. They weren't in the arc, they weren't giving her any deliveries, pitching it a bit outside of her, her arc, hitting arc. I think it was really, really good. And yeah, just the talent that they have, and it's not just one player now. All 11 players are contributing from one end to the other. आप बैटिंग में देख लो जो लास्ट ओवर में उन्हें मारी, I'm forgetting her name, वो 10 रन जो लोग निकाले, that was also crucial because it just puts more pressure adding those 10 runs because 135 136 थोड़ा सा psychologically you're still in
Yeah,
the game,
Molyneux. Molyneux
yeah,
was
और उन्हें wickets भी ले रही Molyneux, so
she
everyone
was
is
the one who took the break for
yeah,
Molyneux
so it's really good. Megan Shutt, the way she bowled today, outstanding, man. 3 for 3, very, very good bowling. And they've adapted up. Dekho, it's not just they know where they are. They know they're in UAE and they're bowling accordingly. Slower balls, are cutters, are variations, zabardast hai. So yeah, overall a great, great display.
Yeah, 2 on a hat trick chances as well. One for Amelia Kerr, and then another one where we mentioned the collapse. Annabelle Sutherland, maybe
Sutherland,
Team
yeah.
Dalia's 4 overs, 21 runs, and Yeah, Australia, they look like they're a little bit more experienced than New Zealand in this situation. I don't know. Somehow, though, they've played like World Cups and stuff both the side, but like the Australian players, I think it's the fitness. You've got to really commend their efforts, like Ash Gardner, Elisa Perry. New Zealand did miss out a big chance of Elisa Perry during the match as well, where she was almost 4 pe out ho jati thi unhe, but she went on to make 26 runs. You could say कि New Zealand gave to Australia a few sloppy misfield as well, and we've seen that time and again that people have to roll up things. One thing also, like they're not. I mean, in the power play also, a lot of the teams are not able to clear on the offside. It's like guy leg side pe dal de rahe deep mid wicket, and then you've got your long off or something. But then you when you look at cover drives, finding that gap is particularly difficult for in this World Cup.
Yeah, especially with the new ball, they pack the field on that offside, so getting the ball through the gaps, they're finding it a bit difficult. But Australia, but also like if you see the difference today, Australia didn't give the width, whereas New Zealand were giving the width, so then it became a bit easier. Lisa Healy did it very well. If you saw her, the way she batted, and it's also a lot of skill that these Australian players have. Yes, they're supremely fit. They, they're like the running between the wickets is outstanding, but on top of that, their batting bowling skill is just incredible. It's on another level. Agar aap dekh lo, and adapting to the conditions also. Like last World Cup it was in South Africa. Now it's in UAE. Before that it was in the West Indies. Wherever they play in their home conditions, so they're superior to any side. So they're just outstanding the way they adapt. That goes to show the skill that they have. Amazing skill.
Yeah, one catch again, Amelia Kerr, man, she's been fantastic for New Zealand today. I mean, despite New Zealand losing,
She's an
like I said,
amazing player.
what a fielding for I think it was Litchfield's wicket, जो मैंने deep में catch पकड़ी diving करते हुए. I
Yeah.
think it was a fantastic catch from deep cover. She came running and yeah, she's a proper athlete, man. Like she roaring. She wants New Zealand to do well. I'm pretty sure all of them want, but extra on effort डाल रही थी. She was trying to give her best. But yeah, unfortunately, Annabelle Sutherland and Megan Shutt, they completely bamboozled the New Zealand batsmen. But yeah, New Zealand again, like Arthur Bhai was saying, कि भाई इनकी fielding have not been the best. They caught opportunity. Exactly, Elisa Perry as well. That was one of the catches that they dropped. Key wickets, like they have to take it in those moments. But also Beth Mooney looks very good. I mean, initially she was going through a phase where she was not getting runs during the WPS and stuff. But now she's back. She's roaring in the last two games for Australia.
Yeah, I mean, left hand, right hand combination both zabardast hai. They know each other very well. They've been opening the batting for a long time, and she, I think, complements Alisa Healy really well. Alisa Healy today played the aggressive role, whereas Beth Mooney was thoda sa anchor kar rahi thi, but she also got runs, and got the boundaries when required. And yeah, it allowed Australia to get to a very good start in the power play, and again to a match-winning total because 140 के ऊपर ये पिच पे बहुत अच्छा स्कोर था मेरे हिसाब से.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. This their Aussies wins open the big win for India. Win put this Aussie wins. A win opens the group. A big win for India. Win will put them in a second with strong net run rate, so they will edge ahead of Pakistan. Yeah, exactly. India have to aim big tomorrow in Sharjah. Hopefully, Mustafa Bhai will be there with in Sharjah as well. And
Tomorrow's
yeah,
in Dubai, I think.
tomorrow's in Dubai. I think
Yeah, the
India's
India Australia is in Sharjah.
Sharjah. So India yet to play in Sharjah. Yeah? They've played most of their matches in
Yeah,
Dubai.
India
So
will
I
play
mean
the last game in
now,
Sharjah.
yeah. So now India has to, I think, pull up their socks. They know this ground back-to-back matches हो गया आपके. There's no
हाँ.
excuse के India can say कि भाई हम यहाँ नहीं खेले. Conditions blade each blade of grass they should be well acquainted with. And I think yeah, I mean now it's time by Harmanpreet. I don't know उनका neck injury का I think must be okay
या तो
because if
लेटेस्ट न्यूज ये है, स्मृति मंदाना का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस था आज दुबई में, तो उसमें शी सेड दैट हरमनप्रीत का शी इज बेटर नाउ, शी शुड प्ले टुमारो, तो दैट इज वेरी गुड न्यूज. पूजा वास्ट्रेकर का कल कॉल लेना पड़ेगा, अभी तक उन लोगों को नहीं मालूम, दे डोंट नो एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज सिचुएशन. अनदर थर्ड प्लेयर, आई फॉरगॉट हर नेम, शी also they're going to take a call tomorrow. So yeah, Harmanpreet, it looks like she will play tomorrow, or she's better, so if she doesn't play tomorrow she'll play another game. But according to Smithy, she's okay right now. She didn't come for the press conference. Smithy Mandana came in and she also mentioned ki dekho, we haven't been playing to our potential. They've accepted that, and she said exactly what you said about the Pakistan game ki theek hai hamare ko malum tha net run rate ka situation tha, lekin we came to a situation, we lost a few wickets, we just wanted to get over the line. So aap jo sentiments bole the, she just matched that, and yeah, that's exactly what she said in her press conference today.
yeah, no, I mean, that's what it is like. tomorrow I'm pretty sure they have to go all out. And yeah, I mean, again, we can't undermine Sri Lanka despite their performance in the World Cup. We know what they did in the final against us in the Asia Cup, and they can be a bad apple for us and take us out of the World Cup potentially. And they've already done that in the Asia Cup final for us. So I think we really need to focus. And I think Smriti se runs both expect करेंगे. I think particularly me as well. I'm waiting for her to, because all right now I can see she's timing the ball. The 15 और 14 डिलीवरी हो जा रहे, प्रेशर ऐड हो जा रहा, देन शी ट्राइंग टू गो, पावर प्ले खत्म हो जा रहा जब तक है ना, फिर उसके बाद आप बिग शॉट्स मारने जाओगे तो आप वहाँ बेटर बोल सकते हैं हमारे को, इट गेट्स डिफिकल्ट ऑन द बैट्समैन.
Yeah, 100%. वो power play उसको utilize करना है, gaps मारना. She's hitting it to the fielder, like timing it pretty well, I think fairly well. But it's just about getting the gaps. And then one rash shot she's playing because of frustration, not finding the gaps. So I think she just needs to start finding those gaps. Rotation of strike, up left hand, right hand. That's also a combination they can use tomorrow against Sri Lanka. Running the between the wickets in the power play. That's also you have to look at. You saw how Elisa Healy Bethmooni played today. It wasn't just boundaries; they were running between the wickets very fast. And when you do that, that makes the player. So that's why New Zealand were bowling it a bit wide here and there, because her ball, there's either a lefty on strike than righty, then your line length gets disturbed, and that's exactly what India need to do. They have to make most benefit कि भाई इनके पास left hand right hand है in the power play, and अगर इन लोग अच्छा start दे दिए दोनों, शेफाली, we know she can attack. Smriti, if she can go through that power play scoring decent runs, then they can be off to a good start, and that's what they have to utilize tomorrow.
You think of adding anyone over there in the top 4, top 5, like a left-hander, maybe like Yastika or someone like that, just to
Yeah, people are
make
saying
it
that
better?
you could do that, but I kind of like Jamie Rodriguez at number 3. I think she did a decent job. Pakistan ke khilaf acha rotation kar rahi thi, and she looked a bit fluid, and that allows Harmanpreet to come a bit like at number 4 and play her role, be there, especially to consume that pressure if required, hit the big shots, and then Richa Ghosh as well as a power player. So I'm okay with it right now. You can try it. I'm not against
I
it.
mean,
Like,
Dipti is
yeah,
also there, a left-hander there in the
is
towards
also
the
there
end.
if you want to bring in a lefty in up the order, so you have that option. But I think right now this team is capable. It's just they need to get their act together tomorrow, have a clinical performance hopefully, for uske baad stay alive in this tournament.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, see, we're not going to take Pakistan out as well. They still have an equal opportunity to pull a rabbit out of hat, which they did against Sri Lanka, right? So कल 2 matches, if I'm not wrong, New Zealand versus
Yes,
Sri Lanka. Sorry, कल एक मिनट, कल है India
Scotland
versus Sri Lanka and Scotland versus South Africa.
yeah.
ये 2 matches है. So Shifali, she's still struggling against in swing balls. Kartik Bhai Singh. I
Yes, she
mean,
has an issue, and यहाँ पे वो ज़्यादा exploit होएगा दुबई में, because especially under lights there will be swing. So hopefully she can navigate that, and yeah, it's just about getting that rhythm. Like, she's young. I understand that, but she is very skillful. So hopefully she gets through that period, and she has the ability to play the shots as well. We saw in Australia the way she was playing, so she doesn't have a problem with pace, but it's about the swing, of course. So that's one thing she needs to counter. 100%, I agree with that.
I think fielding has to be tight as well. We've seen Asha drop two lollipops like we saw, and yeah, particularly they looked a little
Yeah.
rusty in the field in the last 2 games. India really, I think, yeah, they have to give it all out. They can't go out without a fight. And I mean, we're confident against Sri Lanka, but it's just like we've seen recently, कि भाई Asia Cup में so, and it's since July that they haven't played T20 cricket as well. So I think we've got to really pull our socks and make sure that we get over the line. But yeah, Australia right now look like tournament favorites for Suba. The way I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, England have done a decent job as well, but Australia just look more ruthless, more physically fit, apt for these conditions, and they've got a very good lineup. Like you see the batting well, also they've got left hand, right hand, good amount of left handers, good amount of right handers there as well, and then beautiful off spinners coming in, holding pressure, making sure the batsmen are not getting free runs. So I think they've come with a proper game plan for the World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Australia, is just incredible and world champion team. And Ricky Ponting ka Savannah yada aata whenever they play. Like, this women's team is just so good. Like batting, bowling, fielding, and everyone's contributing. That's the main thing. Is that they're not only dependent एक player पे. They play as a proper unit. And if you get one out, the other one will come at you. If you get the other one out, the other one will come at you. So
Yeah.
it's like non-stop pressure, and that's what makes the other teams also make mistakes and everything, because they play a fearless cricket and everybody contributes. Lower order में आके भी run बनाते हैं. Bowling wise, आपके all rounders इतने हैं, so it's incredible.
Yeah, because Ragba is saying that it's not hitting boundaries in the power play makes him think of the chances of India, and we've already mentioned this last game around. कि भाई power play utilization World Cup is going to be very crucial. We see that post the 6 overs, when the fielders are spread out, it gets very life gets very difficult unless now you have someone who uses his feet well. I mean, New Zealand did have Sophie Devine, but today she was not able to. But the way she did against India. In the first game, Sophie Devine was brilliant with that 50. So I think that's somewhere how you play. I think Jemima can do that to an extent, but Jamima comes again third. Unless she gets some opportunity in the power play, it probably be fun to see her probably play up the order. But yeah, I think Shifali is capable. She's a power hitter, but yeah, it's been difficult right now for India.
Yeah, Richa Ghosh as well. I'm expecting her to score runs after the power play. Like those are the two players I think boundary hitter. Harmanpreet can also clear the boundaries, so we just need her fully fit and in form. Yeah, he's saying in England versus Australia final मेरे को भी ऐसा ही लग रहा है. Like I mean semi-final ही पढ़ सकता तो like I don't know अगर वो final होंगे या नहीं. But if they both top the groups, then yes, it's a very good chances England Australia final the way they're playing, because India, one thing man, we're talking about the net run rate and everything, but remember they have to beat Australia as well, more likely than not, like to qualify. Because they've already lost to New Zealand, उन लोग को शारजा में जहाँ पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया ऑलरेडी खेल चुकी है, एंड अभी इंडिया का गेम ही नहीं हुआ. आई थिंक ऑस्ट्रेलिया प्लेड श्रीलंका एंड शारजा टू, तो दोनों गेम उनके शारजा में हो गए. दे नो द कंडीशंस एंड यू सॉ द टीम, द डिस्प्ले. सो फॉर इंडिया इट्स द वर्क कट आउट टू गेट इनटू दैट सेमीफाइनल. इट्स नॉट गोना बी इजी एट ऑल. It's one thing net run rate, but also you have to beat Australia. It would be a do or die match if they beat Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Basically, you still have one final boss Bowser. You have to beat Australia to qualify, which will be a very tough task in my opinion.
Yeah, and we have to also still factor in that New Zealand have to play Sri Lanka and Pakistan, right? Like those opposition in a comparison to an Australia and India, they got over their biggest opposition, that is
Yeah,
India, probably, right? Now you've got to factor that Pakistan and Sri Lanka, in comparison to Australia and India, they're a little bit lighter, right? So they have the easier fixture going around to turn around the net run rate, whereas
yeah,
India have a very difficult opposition because Sri Lanka know them very well. Firstly, because they just played. Secondly, they have Australia, like you said, the ultimate boss, the dragon. जो India में बोलते boss को dragon बोलते, तो the dragon is going to be Australia. So now you've got New Zealand, who's got better fixtures with a net run rate slightly better than India going into the last two matches, whereas India has the net run rate which is the worst, going into a tougher number of fixtures. So that's going to be interesting how it pans out towards the end.
yeah. And even if they do get that net run rate up and then they lose to Australia, then it's game over
Yeah,
anyway.
then
So
it's game
like
over.
that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, and then if it is a net run rate situation, like you said, आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया को फिर हराना वो मार्जिन से वो भी मुश्किल है, because it might be like you need to beat Australia by 30 runs. That's going to be very difficult if that is the case.
Yeah, unless Tapatu pulls the hat and beats Australia and New Zealand,
Yeah,
they might
like
be.
बस if Australia slip somewhere, then there's a chance. Right now, it's not looking like they're going to slip, but it's cricket. T20 में कुछ भी हो सकता, तो we'll always keep that option open, and we'll react to it if it happens. लेकिन right now, it looks like a very tough task for India. I mean, it's not impossible. They can still do it. I'm not saying that. Semi-finals is still like don't give up, but
Yeah.
it is difficult the way Australia is playing, New Zealand, England. Yeah, it is tough right now for India.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think? Ibrahim, I think, what do you think England can get close to Pakistan's 556 tomorrow? Or England will still between. I think they'll get tomorrow, man. Like the way they started off today, only like Zach Crawley, man. This guy, I think, is now a third in line for me for the best cover drives. क्या
या मैन
शॉट
उन्हें फिर
मारता
से
है यार वो।
हाथ बोल के मार रहा था, लाइक एशेस की याद दिला दिया उन्हें. अब बट वो भी उन्हें आमिर जमाल का जो लाइक वाज अ फैंटास्टिक कैच. सो लाइक जो ऑली पॉप का विकेट था, तो एक्चुअली लाइक इंग्लैंड हैव नॉट रियली बीन बॉदर्ड. या वन और टू कॉल्स एलबीडब्ल्यू के, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इट वाज नॉट मच. इट वाज इंग्लैंड वो सुकून से खेल रहे थे, तो इट लुक्स लाइक अ रोड राइट नाउ. Again, if something happens in the pitch and Pakistan bowlers early on they get like some wickets going, then yes, England can collapse, because there's still 500 runs is a lot. But right now the wicket is not showing that. We've seen England collapse in India, but that's different pitches, different bowling attack, and different thing. But right now the way Pakistan's bowling, England like that ball coming out to the bat nicely, the faster bowlers, and I think the shine coming off, unless Abrar does something or a Salman Agha does something with the ball, I think England will have a good day tomorrow. Let's see about reverse swing as well. Pakistan is known for reverse swing. Will they be able to Naseem and Shaheen get the ball to move around the order ball? If there is nothing there, then England will definitely get close to that target for sure. The way they're playing, they don't hold back. So either they'll collapse or they'll get close to 500 tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look at it already, within how many overs have they batted? 20 overs, they're already 96. Tomorrow they'll have a whole day to play. Like, अगर आप
Yeah.
they easily get to 300 400 आराम से तो बना ही लेंगे कल, like उनका अगर
Yeah,
ऐसे
if
चलते रहा
so with them it's not like, आप जैसा कोई और टीम है, आप बोलते like, yeah, खरीब आना, maybe like, they'll get to 300 for four. With England, either they're going to get to 500 or they're going to collapse. It's not like they're not going to play
no
that
middle.
kind of cricket.
They
I
don't.
don't think they're going to play. Yeah, they don't play
Only
middling cricket. They just
maybe
like
only Joe Root will probably be that kind of a player who will try to balance the act. But yeah, apart from that, it doesn't. Ben Duckett was injured, that's why he didn't open for those who must
the
be
last
thinking.
wicket he got injured, right?
Yeah, the last catch that he took, I think he took it on his wrist. सीधा फट बोल के पड़ गया. But yeah, I mean, how do you analyze Salman Agha's approach? I think it was good from at least giving a little entertainment for whatever fans had come. It was good. ढोल वोल भी चल रहे थे वहाँ पे, stand में थोड़े बहुत लोग आगे थे आज देखने मैच को. But yeah, Salman looked attacking, brilliant sixes. Like he was using his feet well against the spinners, particularly Leach and Bashir. Obviously, like overall, I mean, yes, you could say that the wicket has assisted. There was no challenge, but yeah, 100 is 100 at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. And he got them past 550. Good innings from him. 100 is 100, like you said. And yeah, they started off slow. I felt Pakistan today, but फिर they got to 500 plus target, which is enormous score. So like, let's see what happens. Let's see if England can make a game out of this. If they can maybe like put on the pressure tomorrow, day after, and give Pakistan something to chase on the last day. That's how they like to play the cricket. So वही देखना पड़ेगा. I don't understand why Pakistan is apologizing for flat pitches. उनका घर है, उनकी मर्जी जो pitch बना. England former cricketers and media whining so much like they used to do when they're here. Yeah, they always whine. I completely agree with that. कि like अब जब इंडिया जाते हैं, उन लोग बोलते ये rank turner है, this is a disgusting pitch, ये वो, फिर यहाँ आते वो तो flat pitch है. They have to they should not be whining. I mean, I don't think England cricketers are like the current group, but yes, the former cricketers are complaining too much. We saw Kevin Peterson's tweet yesterday also. I mean, जो मर्जी pitch है, आपको खेलना है वो pitch पे. Whereas for Pakistan, I think the only reason I have a problem with it is because it's not producing results for them. You need to win. If it produces a result, then ठीक है, like I'll take that. If they win this test match, I completely agree with you. उनकी मर्जी है भाई. बट अभी जो 2-3 साल से हो रहा फ्लैट पिचेस में, उन लोग नहीं जीत रहे हैं. लाइक इधर ड्रॉ हो रहा मैच या तो हार रहे हैं मैच. आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सीरीज उठा लो, वहां पे 3 मैचेस थे, उसमें 2 मैच ड्रॉ हुए, फिर पिछला लास्ट मैच ऑस्ट्रेलिया उठा ली. न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ दोनों टेस्ट मैच ड्रॉ हो गए. इंग्लैंड के खिलाफ तीनों मैच हार गए, वो भी फ्लैट पिच था, उसमें भी 500 मार के आप हार गए थे. तो लाइक आप मेरा एक ही क्रिटिसिज्म है कि आप अगर पिच बना रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट वो बनाओ कि विच हेल्प्स यू. व्हाटएवर द मीडिया सेज, एटलीस्ट लेट इट हेल्प यू. राइट नाउ इट्स नॉट हेल्पिंग पाकिस्तान.
And to be fair, it's nothing to whine about as well, because अगर flat pitch दे रहे तो I think it's good for the opposition coming in. To be fair, like it will test their batting as well, right? Like उनकी batting flat pitch पे अगर like there you won't face any unexpectedness, right? Coming at the traveling side, you actually like India को अगर आप आए तो your test is turn. अगर आप इंग्लैंड को गए तो इट्स स्विंग, अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया को गए तो इट्स बाउंस. बट अगर आप पाकिस्तान को आ रहे कुछ हो रहे तो you don't have to worry कि I have to put an extra effort while batting. I have to check where the ball is pitching, I have to check the line, I have to check the movement. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Why will you complain? As a traveling side, you will be happy with the flat pitch. Now, what Subhabai's point is, and exactly what we spoke a few days ago, that Pakistan, I don't think they know what their team strength is, because if you give them a turner, you don't know how good their batsman will bat. You give them a good bowling pitch, again, you don't know how good your batsman will bat. You give them a flat pitch, you can at least say कि हाँ भाई runs तो बना लेंगे. So I think flat pitch is what they're assuming that they can bat on. Now if you give them a turner, हार गए फिर problem.
But
अगर आप
one the thing with the turner is, I can assure you, it's the best way to win, but it's also the best way to lose. So you have to take that gamble. अब देख लो श्रीलंका बांग्लादेश कैसा जीत रहे, टर्नर्स पे ही जीत रहे. उन लोग हारते भी, बट यू हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दैट हम हार भी सकते. अगर आप वो एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे, दैट्स योर बेस्ट चांस ऑफ विनिंग अ टेस्ट मैच. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द सीरीज. दैट सीरीज कैन गो ईदर वे, बिकॉज आप जैसा बोले दे कैन स्ट्रगल. बट इफ यू वांट टू बीट इंग्लैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, दीस टीम्स, योर बेस्ट बैंक इज
but वही है ना, I don't know how technically gifted their spinners are on a turner.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you take the loss then. It's better than getting draw or losing, right? Like you take the loss.
But that's the way. Already, हाँ, but already you lost. So अभी ये करना I think वाजिब नहीं था, because अभी आप बांग्लादेश से हारे. So I think
no, but that is also
sorry.
your best chance. You have to look at how Shane Warne looks at it. You have to look at how is their best chance to win. That is your best chance to win, because your fast bowlers on these pitches are not looking effective. Look, I can be wrong if they win this series with flat pitches, but I'm just saying how do you beat these kind of teams? It's on
Yeah.
turning tracks. Like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh के भी spinners उतने crazy नहीं है, like मगर उनके conditions में जबरदस्त करते हैं, right? So पाकिस्तान में अगर आप रैंक रन डाल दिए, मे बी अबरार का बॉल अनप्लेएबल हो जाता, फिर क्या करते, लाइक उन्होंने नोमान अली भी है, मे बी उसका बॉल अनप्लेएबल हो जाता,
मैं तो
लाइक
इंजर हो
बिकॉज
जाता हर
इंग्लैंड,
2 मैच में।
नहीं जो भी आप सलमान आगा को भी लेके आ जाओ, आप जिस मर्जी को लेके आओ, आई थिंक यू कैन कॉज मोर प्रॉब्लम्स ओवर देयर, यू हैव टू टेक दैट रिस्क। अब लाइक बिकॉज ये जो आप मेथड कर रहे हैं, इफ इट डजंट वर्क इन दिस सीरीज, देन what are you going to do? Because this
Yeah.
is the fifth, sixth series that this is happening and it's not worked for them.
I want Pakistan to beat England badly. English former players are whining so much. Yeah, Peterson called it a graveyard for bowlers. The issue is Pakistan doesn't own up to these conditions. They want to portray themselves as aggressive and result driven, whereas the process and conditions they prepare exactly like that's spot
Yeah,
on, like what we've been saying.
I
I mean,
agree.
they want to say that they can play aggressive cricket. They want to have a brand of cricket and falana dhimka, which only looks good on paper, but when your result you check it, फ्लैट पिचेस पे तो भाई they've lost 100 like कितने की लास्ट ईयर में तो 4-5 हार गए तो या it doesn't make sense they
And you know
completely
why I don't
operate
understand about England खुद फ्लैट पिचेस प्रिपेयर करते हैं। अब आप एशेज
yeah
देख लो, इंडिया का सीरीज देख लो, उन लोग खुद फ्लैट पिच, बिकॉज बास बॉल इट हेल्प्स देम, राइट? स्लोअर फ्लैटर पिचेस रहते हैं, वो ग्रीन टॉप्स उतना नहीं दिखने में आता, लाइक इन इंग्लैंड, लाइक द लास्ट सीरीज आई रिमेंबर ऑस्ट्रेलिया प्लेड, या यू हैड लाइक गुड क्लोज एनकाउंटर्स, बट इट वाजंट लाइक क्रेजी,
एंड
लाइक
वो भी आपके पास विंडी कंडीशन है तो आपको स्लाइट बिट ऑफ हिंट भी मिल जाता
वो
क्लाउड
मिल जाता है,
ओवरकास्ट हाँ मिल
लाइक
जाता
दिस
आपको बट
एक्चुअली सूट्स इंग्लैंड। ये जो पिच बना रहे, अगर टर्न
yeah
शुरू करना हुआ, देन दे विल बी इन ट्रबल। लाइक आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट दे कांट विन अ सीरीज ऑन अ टर्निंग, दे कैन, लाइक दे बीट श्रीलंका,
श्रीलंका
like now for example, like when Root went and had a crazy series, he was playing spin beautifully, so if that happens, then you can't, like you can still have a good chance, but still I feel that is the weakness and you have to hit that weakness and you have to play that gamble, especially
they
अगर
want
ये series में नहीं हुआ तो, like
they want to play on green pitches in Asia and spin friendly pitches in Australia, South Africa. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, definitely. It's like you're trying to fight the natural conditions, and that doesn't make sense. So you have to play with what is in front of you. And again, you can't dictate by जो भी strength है वो team की वो उस हिसाब से let it be. Maybe Pakistan की flat pitch है, therefore take up argument बोल रहे कि है भाई आप खेलो, आप ट्रैवलिंग टीम में आप मुझके बैठे मुंह अपना लाइक आप थोड़ी डिक्टेट कर सकते हैं वहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है कि हाँ इफ देयर समथिंग दैट इज कंप्लीटली रॉन्ग विद द पिच एंड देन दे विल ऑब्वियसली कॉल इट आउट दैट्स फाइन बट लाइक
it's
अपार्ट फ्रॉम
because
दैट
it's
लाइक
not the
एंटरटेनिंग
problem is it's not like fun viewing. That's the only thing they're saying it, like the pitch भी, like मैं भी गलती से बोल दिया दो तीन वक्त ये क्या pitch है बेकार, like like
वो तो
uh,
ठीक है बट अगेन अगर 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 आप द गार्डन
but
डे
the
वन दे
team
वर
is not
लूजिंग
complaining. It's
हाँ
not Ben Stokes and these guys. It's the former like commentators
yeah
and Peterson in look at it. It's not like, so I understand where they're coming from, but they shouldn't be like, I agree
भाई
with
देखो
that.
ऑनेस्टली देखो अभी 13 से शुरू करे ये बैसबॉल इससे पहले वो भी ट्रेडिशनली क्रिकेट खेलते तो इट टेक्स टाइम फॉर अदर पीपल टू अडेप्ट टू द न्यू कंडीशंस ऑफ क्रिकेट आपकी बोर्ड में यू हैव इनफ एमिनेशन टू मेक द चेंजेस हैव इनफ स्ट्रेंथ इन योर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ T20 1 days and test every board is not up to that mark so they're going to play whatever they can easily get out right so I think that's what it is they guys have to be patient एक जमाने में इन लोग भी उतनी बोरिंग क्रिकेट खेलते थे ऐसा कोई नहीं था कि वो लोग भी ऐसा अभी धीरे धीरे with the revolution of Morgan and Ben Stokes all of these guys that started वरना they also were playing the same test cricket I was not convinced by Shan's plan as a captain as he gave Shaheen and Naseem I was not convinced by Shan's plans as captain as he gave Shaheen and Naseem three slips and a gully with the new ball. At the same time, he had a deep point to protect the body. That's defensive. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you could be a little bit more aggressive. You could probably put everybody up close, right? But again, England का size के हिसाब से maybe you wanted to just have an extra bit of protection there in the deep ताकि boundaries ज़्यादा लिखी ना हो.
Yes, 100%. I agree with that.
Three steps गली के बावजूद deep point रखना doesn't make sense, but yeah, just probably they wanted to aim and try to get something out. Mustafa bhai, Pakistan most players have not played much because they to find out their
Find out, yeah, I mean that's also a good point that they don't play as much domestic cricket, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't know your strengths, then just look at the opposition's weakness and like just try to find the best way to win. It's a gamble. I'm not saying sure shot जीतेंगे, but like अगर आपको अपने strengths नहीं पता है तो एटलीस्ट उनकी जो weakness है वो तो उस पे तो खेल लो फिर. It's not the best way to do it, but like what else? Like I'm trying to find a result for them. If this doesn't happen, if they don't win on a pitch like
yeah.
this,
They need to try
then
something
what?
different. Yeah.
Yeah, huh? Yeah.
they need to find some kind of a different
Yeah, they
technique or
need
a
to try.
different,
So,
yeah,
like,
they
that's all
have
I'm
to.
saying. I'm not. I completely agree with Faiz with Chirag by like saying that like they don't know their own weakness, strengths, and this and that. I completely agree. But then if you don't know, then just find a way to win. Like look at their weakness, try to find something to conjure up a win. That's all I'm saying.
Basically, before 2022, जैसे बोलते हैं, India के लिए bowlers used to lose the games, right? And then India found that out, and then India now bowlers are winning with the games. So I think it's all about finding what strengths in and then going heavy in those conditions. Like spin is Ashwin and Jadeja's forte, and we know Test cricket, mein they're going to get us the majority. So we
Yeah.
played a con. Here again in Pakistan, you don't know Babar वहाँ पे मारेगा या Agha मारेगा या
The thing,
and
yeah, but that's the thing.
but one thing again like I was like Shaheen कब अच्छा था like Shaheen 136 डाल रहा है यार 135 डाल रहा है यार
Hmm.
क्या हो गया
Improving.
उसको improving
He's
he
bowling 126 in the last series, bro.
bro he was 138 in the World Cup like he's losing his leg bro he needs to I mean शादी हुई
Against
अभी समझ
Bangladesh,
सकता हूँ
only
मैं
one
शादी
120
हुई
odd
अभी
था
लेकिन
था
फिर भी
आ
भाई
रहा है actually
120
खाली he used to bowl 145 clicks now then he went to 120 now he's coming back to 130 yeah he's not at that level
Ahmed Jamal is bowling 136 bro like I mean this guy expected
yeah
more but yeah
that is
it's
a cause for
concern.
concern.
So now here that's the thing. Like you don't know which bowler is going to bowl how, and spinners get technically gifted it, and then so you have like. But again, I understand Mustafa, but कि आप एक time से flat खेल रहे, it's time to change up the pitch and just see maybe the bowler do you a good job. So then चलो ठीक है,
Yeah, yeah,
let's
just
go
try
for
the
it.
gamble. अब
Yeah,
इंडिया का like वो pitches का इतना controversies होती है and yes sometimes the opposition was correct at like game is finishing 1.5 2 days this is not test cricket whatever it is but India always had the defense भाई we're winning this is how we're going to play हम लोग जब इंग्लैंड आते साउथ अफ्रीका आप हमको घास दो कोई problem नहीं है so like India had that ability because and even as like even the journalists and content creators they could come out and say कि at least we're winning right that is the main thing यहाँ पे तो वो भी नहीं हो रहा like so the find a way to like think and I have no problem in backing your home conditions because I remember when you go to South Africa go to England Australia as well they play according to their conditions and sometimes it is not the game does wrap up in 1 or 2 days or 3 days jab kya bolte अरे opposition is weak they don't talk about the pitch like when South Africa, Johannesburg, it was a bad pitch, man. They were getting hit on the chest. Like I remember Ajinkya Rahane, Pujara, but like no one talked about the pitch. They were just saying, yes, South Africa bowling amazing and this that. Like so,
yeah,
I think it happens in other conditions. So I don't have a problem if you use the home conditions.
yeah.
Lekin
You can
try.
yeah
That's
you
all I'm
can't
saying.
dictate the condition of any country like you have a traveling team and you just got to and you just got to be happy that you got a flat pitch at ECB or England former England cricket that your flat is the easiest thing to play you don't have to worry about what to come कहाँ bounce पड़ने वाला है कहाँ लगने वाला है are you going to get body passes or not so I think yeah you just got to take it it's boring but yeah it's just maybe entertaining for them I think I think ball will turn on fourth day. It's Pakistan's game to lose. They should show aggressiveness in the bowling. Yeah, 100%. I think, but abhi it doesn't look like any sign of breaking the pitch. I mean, I don't know. एक आध बशीर का बॉल और टर्न हुआ अबरार का थोड़ा टर्न हुआ if I'm not wrong but उसके apart from that everybody looked comfortable batting it didn't look like yeah एक आध बॉल लो हो गया होगा but yeah it just didn't look like it's going to break it looks like it's getting more solid as the days are progressing to be frank and we see, and we all know decision making bites more often than a reward in Pakistan. Yeah, that's true. Abrar got the ball to turn, and when he was pitching ball outside off stump, and then he was told to change his line and bowl straight wicket to wicket, and line got smashed. So he'll have to change when you're getting spin.
I mean, look with the sun baking on the pitch and everything. There is a possibility that it breaks and everything. Like, and it shouldn't be that late. Like you remember Bangladesh. By the time it broke, they're the ones who were bowling. So if that happens with Pakistan, then they're in trouble because day five, if England is bowling, then it'll help their bowlers. So
Yeah,
they have to
which
try and get England all out tomorrow and then put pressure. Then I think day four, day five, they have a chance. The bowlers maybe Abrar will get purchase. He's already getting a bit of spin, but he'll probably get more purchase. But if it's England get to 500, 600, and then they get the last shot on the last day, then their spinners can come into play.
yeah, but it's all about like is it going to break or not. Like it's very hot, so maybe there are more chances, but yeah, अभी देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या होता. Honestly, I don't think it's easy being captain of Pakistan team taking risk. When you see when you see what he has been done to their established player like Babar Shaheen or Sarfaraz, pin बना के हार गए, Shan is gone. But again, it's the same thing. Like Musaba is saying, you've already seen this with the Sarfaraz's captaincy. You've already seen this under a Babur's captaincy, and you've already seen this under a Shine's captaincy on Bichara do series is khela. But they've made the same approach in all these last three captains of putting flatter pitches. So why don't you want to be different? Like an Ian Morgan, okay, bhai, ye nahi chal raha. Let's try something different. I'm going to take the one. I'm going to put light a candle to this new era of Pakistani cricket. Or like Ben Stokes, who followed the Ian Morgan's techniques, right? So if you look at it, they've got more results and they've become a better captain in comparison to the formers. So that's what you've got to understand. Like if Shan can convince the PCB, which is yes a very difficult task, but he might end up being a legend of Pakistani cricket.
बस यही है कि अगर नहीं चला ये सीरीज, हार गए ये सीरीज, तो फिर आप एनीवे उसका जॉब गया, बिकॉज बांग्लादेश से हारे, इंग्लैंड से हार गए एट होम. I don't think he'll be sticking for long. So that's what I'm saying. Like now, like for example, if they don't get a result in the first match, if they don't get a result in the second match, the last match, it might be his only saving grace to save his job. So that's where you take the gamble. That's what I feel. If okay, fine, if they win this test match, then continue as you please because you got the result. But right now, in the last 3-4 years on these pitches, they have not got the results. Whether it's Babar captain or even Shan in the last सीरीज अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश रिजल्ट आया ही नहीं. आप ये ऐसी पिचेस डाले, बांग्लादेश आपको लाइक 500-600 मार के चले गए. लाइक सो लाइक अगर वैसा रहेगा तो फिर they'll have to change it up. So like you see this test match, if you don't get a result, then you'll have to take a gamble here and there because otherwise उसकी नौकरी तो ऐसी तो चले जाएंगी. Like ऐसी pitches पे तो if you're not getting a result, then it'll go anyway.
Yeah, bilkul, and that's what. Just try to be different, right? Have a vision. But yeah, you got to be smart about it as well. You don't just go ahead and say "Khatam Turner hai ya kuch bhi hai." You also have to see the best 11 that you can get out to play a turning wicket. अब Rizwan man like क्या dismissal था यार वो like बेकार shot मार के out हुआ यार तू अब उसको captain बनाने वाले अगर red ball का तो I don't think that's going to happen. I rather back Shan to be the captain continuously, and I mean fair play to him. He did get 100 as well, so let's see. England have the option of having the pitch rolled with a heavy roller before play tomorrow. They used a light roller before coming on back today. Yeah, I mean then it'll be good for them, right?
Yeah,
Like,
heavy roller. I think initially that means batting will be very good, and then the pitch can break a bit.
break.
Like that's
Yes,
what
yeah, that's what it
I
is. Yeah.
think about it. So like, yeah, I think that's the good way to look at it.
Shan looked more
Shan,
concerned about his own 150 versus. I mean, yeah, of course, as the captain, at least he needs to get runs as well. And he's
surely,
not got one since 1,520 days. So I think Chirag is fair to say he should be concerned about his own 150 for that period of time that he's batting. आपको 4 साल से आप सेंचुरी
yeah,
नहीं
he
मार
did his
रहे
job. I have no complaints about him. वो भी strike rate अच्छी थी उसकी, तो it's not like it was full selfish innings. अच्छा ही खेल लिया उन्हें. Like there so उसके runs at least आए. बाबर रिजवान के, I mean रिजवान के तो फिर भी आ रहे, बाबर तो आ रहे ही नहीं. So
नसीम
like
के आगे यार 33
yeah, तो वही अगर वैसा I don't have any criticism about his batting as such, but
yeah, a bit
let's see
about
what
his captaincy, but yeah, he still has a lot to learn, I think, in terms of captaincy as well. Like Abhiram was calling out his field placements as well. I mean, 3 steps and a
and
gully
they
is
got to take their catches tomorrow. If they get presented with opportunities, otherwise England will punish you, man. So you got to take your chances in the field.
Zach Crawley looks in the zone, man. Have you seen him? He was criticized as well 2 years. England के लोग वो थे Ben Stokes backed him. Now he's 16 50s and 400s. I mean, he knows how to make a comeback. Already on 64, on a strike rate of 100, right, in a test match. So he's ripping to go. Joe Root as well. He's playing some decent cricket. So I think these two look like if they can bat out in lunch, then फिर आके आपके Ben Duckett, आपके Harry Brook आना है भाई अभी.
Yeah, Harry Brook भी है तो देखना पड़ेगा क्या होता. I mean, so
Yeah.
far it was one stunning catch. That's why Pakistan got the wicket. लेकिन yeah, apart from that, one or two LBW shouts, लेकिन not anything conclusive that it's threatening the pitch or anything like that.
100%. Tomorrow, India's second T20 Mustafa against Bangladesh in Delhi.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
changes you see that's going to happen, or do you think Surya will just go with the same team?
I mean, they won, so like I'll probably go with the same team, and Sanju Abhishek to open, and then Surya is their one down, and yeah, I think they'll go pretty much. I'm excited to see Mayank Yadav again. So he rushed the Bangladeshi batsman in the Pehla match में, तो कल क्या करेंगे उन्हें, I'll be looking forward to seeing. So I'm excited for that game as well. But like Chirag Bhai said, he's excited for the India Sri Lanka more. I'm on that because hopefully I'll go to the game as well. So I'll be more looking forward to that. So I don't know if I'll get to watch full. Like I'll have the app on, but I don't know how the signal Wi-Fi issue is in the thing. So you can probably tell me how that game goes when we do the live, and I'll tell you how this game goes. The winning.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'll have to get extra data tomorrow. I'm pretty sure.
We'll have to
Nah,
split it a bit, yeah, because it's hard to watch two games at a time.
yeah, 100%. More excitement. Yeah, who was the chairman of Pakistan? He did well in Asia Emerging Cup.
China man, not
China में ऐसा चेयरमैन
हम्म,
वाला चेयरमैन कौन है पाकिस्तान का
जो
मोहसिन
लेफ्ट
नकवी
आर्म
है
लेग स्पिनर कौन था, मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा.
हाँ हारिस कैप्टन था उतना याद है मेरे को इमर्जिंग कप में धानी नहीं धानी वाज फास्ट बॉलर आई गेट यू द नेम वेट डोंट नेम शर्जील और what the
India needs
गुलबदन
to
is
win
पूरा
with
मैच
the big margin. Yes, India have to come out strong. Harmanpreet hopefully will be back and fit. I mean, that's what Smriti Mandana said. She should be okay to go tomorrow. But even if she's not there, like India have the ability, they have the team. I think they need to, yeah, go out there and dominate from ball one and hopefully get a good margin so they can up their run rate.
yeah 100% that's gonna be the game plan if that's not then it's gonna be uh, then India have to like pack their bags and just be ready unless if like something like Sri Lanka beating Australia or something and they beating Australia as well. But India have they know that what the thing is cut out for them, like you mentioned, the work is cut out, they know what their rules are. I think Jemima is gonna be the main architect tomorrow. Banking on her like the way she's been looking most confident of the lot. I think all the batsmen she looked like Shefali, yes, she did it at 32, but she wasn't very comfortable the way she played. Like Jemima with the sweeps and finding the fine leg region or the deep mid wicket region and making sure and she runs brilliant between the wickets. I think Jamima pushes for the two often more often than not. I think that's something that also is very comfortable.
Bilkul. 100%. She is someone who can rotate the strike and hopefully can find the boundaries as well in the power play by finding the gaps. Uh, Sufyan Mukim is selected in Pakistan emerging team for T20 emerging cup. That team captain. Acha, Sufyan Mukim. I don't
Yeah,
remember. I'll be very honest with you. I don't
yeah,
have an
same.
idea.
वो इमर्जिंग कप होके फिर वर्ल्ड कप एशिया कप चल रहा था वर्ल्ड कप भी हो गया था लाइक कुलदीप यादव but yeah, I think India versus Sri Lanka tomorrow. India versus Bangladesh T20. Mahmudullah also retiring for Bangladesh from T20 after this series. Uh, he's let down one format. Now I think he's still in test in ODIs for Bangladesh. I mean, he did play well in a couple of games in the 2023 World Cup. You remember he was smashing it as well. So yeah, उसका नाम थोड़ा बहुत निकल के आ रहा था 23 World Cup में. But yeah, it's like 37, 38 now. So it's about time he drops the format.
100%. I mean, well done to him. He's had a good career for Bangladesh and all the best after in his retirement.
Yeah, tomorrow is day three in Multan. We'll be following that closely. We'll see if, like Mr. Baba said, England will give an opportunity to Pakistan or it's up to Pakistan to make sure that they take those opportunities. Or else England will batter you for like 4, 500, 600, and then if it breaks by roller, heavy roller की यूटिलाइजेशन वाला अगर ब्रेक हो गया पिच तो फिर मजा थोड़ा बहुत एंटरटेनिंग हो जाएगा अब Mahmudullah is retired from Test already, actually. So and only ODI format is left for him to finish off with. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. India versus Bangladesh tomorrow, second T20 in Delhi. India versus Sri Lanka in Dubai, where hopefully Mustafa Wahid will be there. And yeah, day three in Multan. We'll catch you guys very, very soon. Thank you, Prem Bhai, Karthik Bhai, Chirag Bhai. It's always good to see you. I don't know if you're going to the match tomorrow, but yeah, it's in Delhi. You can catch that if possible. But for everybody, for now, thank you so much, everybody, and have a nice night.
Thanks.